about the reaction he's going to be getting there. And Chansung said that he wants to hurry up and go back and soak up the passion of all the Korean fans. And he wants to thank everyone in Korea for supporting him.
Question for Chan Sung-jung. Obviously, this is a big moment for you, big fight for you. Do you think you made the statement you wanted to make as far as the title race goes?
예, 아까 그 링 위에서도 말했지만 저한테 그런 명분을 이번 시합이라고 생각하고 있었습니다. 근데 솔직히 판정이나 그렇게 얘기면 그런 말 하지 않으려고 했었어요. 근데 확실히 피니시했으니까 저한테는 명분이 있다고 생각합니다.
Yeah, I think that I definitely made a statement about being able to go into the title match this year. Honestly, if the fight had gone to a decision, I probably wouldn't have been saying that as definitively, but I think I made the statement.
It looked like you were getting a little tired as after the I think it was the second round going into the third. What did you do in between the third and fourth round that kind of gave you that extra energy to come out and really gun for him in that fourth round?
2라운드 후반에 3라운드 초반에 좀 지쳤던 것 같은데 근데 뭐 어떤 힘으로 계속 갈 수 있었어요?
지쳤다기보다는 솔직히 2라운드인지 3라운드인지에 제가 무릎을 한번 다친 것 같아요. 그리고 그 뒤로 좀 페이스가 조금 낮춰졌다고 생각했어요. 제 느낌에.
Yeah, I didn't really feel so much that I was getting tired or that I was losing wind. It was just at some point in either the second or third round, I'm not exactly sure what it was. I kind of hurt my knee, and so I had to slow down a little bit. I had to back off my pace a little bit, but that's something that I had chose to do.
And one question for Cowboy. Cowboy, I know coming off your last fight, you were disappointed in your performance, the way things went. Tonight, it seemed like you fought a very smart fight, but still did the things you wanted to do. How would you kind of grade yourself with this performance?
Yeah, definitely coming off that last fight, sucked. So, work on the things I need to work on, and mainly just going there and having fun, man. That's what tonight was about, was just trying to, do what I do and have fun like I do in the gym, man. Try and do what do I do in training, relate that to what I can do here. And it's really hard to make that transition and, slowly making the steps. I wish I would have attacked on the ground a little bit better, and there's little things I need to work on, but back to the drawing board, right?
Question for Chan Sung-jung. You said prior to the fight that you had similar fighting styles. It was going to come down to who could do it better. What gave you the advantage tonight?
시합 전에는 도스틴 포이에랑 뭐 비슷한 점이 많다고 얘기했는데요. 근데 뭐 어떤 면에서 더 뛰어났다고 생각해요?
솔직히 더스틴 포이레가 아주 터프한 선수인 걸로 알고 있어요. 근데 솔직히 터프함이라면 제가 더 자신 있었기 때문에 그리고 더스틴 포이레의 눈빛을 봤을 때 질 수가 없었어요.
Yeah, I thought that we're very similar. I think that Dustin Poirier is a really tough fighter, and I knew that going into the fight, but I wanted to show, and I think I did show, that that I'm tougher, and so I think that I was able to do that in the fight.
그리고 정창선 선수가 그 한국에서 필살기를 준비했었다고 했는데 이게 지금 보니까 그 다스 초크를 전략적으로 그렇게 준비했던 건가요?
The question was that before the fight you had said in Korea that you were getting ready for a real war, but had you prepared the Darce choke? Was this something that you had worked out in your strategy?
솔직히 다스 초크는 항상 쓰던 기술이었고요. 그래서 필살기는 이번에 준비한 필살기는 어퍼컷이랑 백스핀 블로우 그리고 플라잉 니킥 3개였습니다. 근데 3개 다 써먹었어요. 그래서 좀 기분이 좋아요. 그래서 항상 그렇게 정신없는 상태로 싸우는 것보다 이렇게 다 기억하면서 싸우니까 너무 기분 이상해요.
The Darce choke is something that I use a lot. I use a lot in practice and in sparring. The things that I had prepared specifically before this fight were the uppercut, the spinning back fist, and I'm sorry, the flying knee kick. And so I think I was able to implement those in the game as well. But I think I was lucky to be able to win with the Darce choke.
Cowboy, a couple of months ago, I was talking to you. You said you probably need about 2 more fights and you're ready to fight for the title. Who do you see your next opponent maybe being, and before you get that title shot?
Man, I don't care. I want to fight in Denver. So whoever's begging at the bit to go is who I want to fight. You know, one of the top guys to get in there. Last year I felt, you know, it was my rookie year, man. I came in, you know, first year in the UFC, coming over from WC, and I didn't feel ready. I was so much pressure, like 5 fights, title talk, like, man, that was overwhelming. You know, this is the year I step back, and I really feel like I'm gonna make a run. You got to fix the things that I need to fix, and shit. So come on, hopefully I get Denver.
Dustin, you mentioned before the fight that you wanted to try to beat him by, you know, throwing your jab straight down the middle, and like you were succeeding that, what happened, you know, throughout the fight that changed your strategy there?
You know, I think it might have been the third round. I kind of started coming into the game that I thought I was going to be able to keep the whole time. You know, I started landing my jab and my cross, started working my boxing. But, you know, it's a fight, man. And then he came ready, hit me with some good shots. And, you know, I made some mistakes. And I just need to get back in the gym and keep training. I'm going to learn a lot from this fight. You know, he came ready. He was a better man tonight, you know. Yeah, but I think in the third round I really started moving and doing what I planned on doing. But a little bit too late, you know. And it's fighting. It's what happens when you don't stick to the game plan, I guess.
And a question for Tom. I know you really do well at getting the fans excited with your weigh-ins and walk-ins and kind of giving them something to, you know, entertain them. But, you know, you really needed a win, and you got it, and you obviously got a great shot on the feet and knocked him out. Was that something you were expecting to be able to do on the feet against him?
Yeah, I'd like to credit my jiu-jitsu coach, Tim Burrell, for teaching me how to throw that right hook. And I'd also just like to say that I'd really like a cookie if somebody could get me one back there. Because one of my cornermen, 2 cookies, one of my cornermen is my actual boxing coach, Steve Mays, who I worked a lot with for this fight, is refusing to get me one. So.
And Amir, fighting in front of the home state fans, you know, you ended up getting the win. I'm sure it looked like it was kind of frustrating because he was really going for the takedown a lot, and you fought him off for the most part. But, you know, talk about, was that what you were expecting from him, or did he surprise you with his strategy of just trying to push you up on the fence a lot?
No, I knew he's kind of the type of guy that looks to, he's more of a counter fighter. He likes to let you open up and then go for takedowns and go for strikes. So I expected it, but I was a little disappointed in myself for not making it, you know, more of a fight. But it just showed some things I want to work on and get better at. So hopefully I just take this as a learning experience and just come back a little stronger and just kind of, yeah, fix some holes I saw in my own game.
예, 앞에서 팀 동료인 양동희 선수가 패했는데요. 그런 부분들에 좀 불안하지는 않으셨는지.
The question was, previous to your fight, Dong-hee Yang had a fight and unfortunately lost. Did that make you a little bit uneasy going into your fight?
솔직히 제가 이렇게 기뻐하지 않는 이유도 그런 거, 동영이 져서인 거거든요. 솔직히 저는 객관적으로 봤을 때 분명히 편파 판정이라고 생각하고 있습니다. 이거는 좀 동영이한테 너무 불리한 싸움인 것 같아요.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm not completely ecstatic at this point, because my teammate Dong-hee lost the fight. Honestly, objectively, I felt like it was a bad decision, and I think that he should have won the fight. But unfortunately, I think it was just really a disadvantageous fight for him.
Question for Dustin. Yeah, is there anything in Chan Sung-young's game plan against you that stuck out that really surprised you, or was it more of you having a bad night, or is it more of just him having a great one?
I don't think I had a bad night. You know, he came ready, and nothing surprised me. You know, I knew he was going to be tough. He was a little bit stronger on the ground, like in my guard. You know, his hips were real heavy, and he was a little bit stronger on top, landing elbows and stuff than I expected. But yeah, other than that, you know, other than him controlling my hips on me being on the bottom, you know, I expected him to come out banging and throwing heavy hands and heavy kicks. That was expected, and that's what he did. You know, I was on the wrong end of a couple of good shots, man. You know, I wish we can go back and do it again. I was having a blast, and I think I could win that fight. It's just, you know, he did come. He executed it, and I didn't, so he won tonight.
And a question for Donald. Obviously, disappointing loss last time out before, but great performance tonight. Congratulations. Where do you see yourself now in the lightweight division? Are you ready for another run, you think, at a top 5 opponent to get back in the title picture?
Yeah, 100%. That's hopefully in Denver. So yeah, I mean, I'm ready for whatever. I don't care. I just want to fight. You know, if I can get 5 this year, let's do it. I like money, so I've got shit I gotta buy.
Thank you.
Hi. Igor, you mentioned over the weekend that the last time when you fought in Toronto, you nearly had the bonus money wrapped up, and then Chang Sung came out and had the 7-second knockout Hominick. Tonight, you had a contender for fight of the night. Wouldn't you know it, he did it again.
Yeah, I hope I wouldn't fight with Chang Sung again, on the same card, 2 times, unbelievable. 35-second knockout, after that 7-second, and now, unbelievable. But never mind, he's a good fighter, and he had a good fight, and congratulations on the submission and the fight of the night.
So you're happy then you at least get the win bonus out of this?
Oh, I'm happy that I won the fight. I have 3 straight wins in the row, so I'm just doing my job and just waiting my next fight. Where it's going to be, I don't know, but whoever is going to be, I'm ready.
Yeah, I had a question for Yves. You looked like you did a lot of damage on the feet there. He went for a couple takedowns, but were you surprised he didn't try to take to the ground more and tried to stand with you as much as he did?
Not really, because I was prepared for him to try and take the fight to the ground. So the game plan was to stick in moves. I don't think I gave him too many opportunity to do so. So that's probably why it didn't happen more.
Mm-hmm. And similar to what was asked to Donald, what kind of opponent do you think's next for you? Do you think you made a statement that you're ready for someone in the top tier now?
Well, personally, I'm a student of mixed martial arts. I think personally I have a lot to learn, and it's in the hand of the UFC to match me up with whoever they think would make a great fight.
Mm-hmm. And for Igor, it was a close fight, obviously entertaining. Did you feel like at the end you had done enough to win? And also, what those body shots he was landing, especially against the fence, I was wondering, how much damage did he do in the inside, or did you were you able to brush those off pretty easy?
He hit hard. Those punches in the body, I used to it. Up for 8 years, and imagine those middle kicks and throws that he was punching me for 8 years. So I have very good tolerance on the body, and I was very prepared. So those are only punches that he threw in the fight, and I took him down first round. I threw some knees, some elbows, some spinning back kicks. So I'm satisfied with the win.
This is a question for the Zombie. Was this, especially with your victory, the biggest night in Korean MMA history?
한국 MMA 역사에 가장 큰 날이었나요? 특히 이겼으니까.
저한테는 그렇지만은 제가 챔피언이 되는 날이 그런 날이 될 겁니다.
Yeah, I think for me it was at least, but I think that I'm waiting for the day that I can become champion.
And then a follow-up in that vein. There are, I guess, rumors of the UFC going back to Asia November, December. That would maybe time well with the next 145 title offense if whoever wins comes out fairly unscathed. Would you like to see that in Korea?
지금 소문이 한 1월이나 12월 달에 UFC 다시 아시아 쪽에서 경기한다고 하는데 만약에 그 타이밍이 잘 맞을 것 같아요. 지금 타이틀전 들어가기.
제가 알기로는 11월 달에 상하이에서 하는 걸로 알고 있어요, 중국에서.
I've heard that they're supposed to be having a fight in Shanghai in China in November.
근데 뭐 한국에 오면은 분명히 흥행은 될 겁니다. 제가 장담합니다.
But I think if they came to Korea, it would build a lot of excitement, definitely. So I think we all want to see that in Korea.
This question is for Cowboy. You're coming off of this big win, and then, of course, you look down the road, you've got Anthony Pettis, who's actually on 2 wins. You've had a few choice words about him in the past. How do you look towards possibly having that matchup, and how that would, how you would fare, and, as far as the media hype, how that would go?
Yeah, come on. I'm ready. I'd like to fight Anthony. That'd be a good matchup. Stylistically, it'll work out perfect for me. So he'll stand and want to fight. and try and take me down. I'll D him up, and then we'll keep fighting. So it'll be a good fight, especially for Denver.
Question for Eve. Obviously, I want to talk to you about the spinning back kick. Looked a little bit like David Loiseau, obviously another great moment. Were you surprised a couple of moments in that fight that it wasn't stopped, or were you happy the ref let it keep going?
It was a little bit of a confusing moment right there at that time, because he fell, he buckled, turned his back, and I was going to step in. Referee kind of stepped in between us, so I was like, is he going to stop it or not? And then it kept on going, and he turned out to be like the real tough guy. I tried everything I could to put an end to the fight, but went to the decision.
And a question for Dustin. Dustin, you were very honest, when I talked to you before about, being ready for a title shot. That talk just continuously came up. But you were honest when you had your one loss in the WC. You said that made you realize you needed to be a featherweight, not lightweight. What do you think you take away most from this one?
I don't know, man. It's still pretty fresh. Maybe, just need to stick to my game plan better. I should have came out firing good combinations. I kind of waited on him and tried to counterpunch a little bit, and I let him get in the rhythm, and I was supposed to come out and strike first and get him moving backwards, And by the time I did start feeling like I had some momentum, it was just a little bit too late. I waited too long. I should have been attacking from bell to bell, and I paid for it, man. He hit me with some big shots, and when I get back to the gym and I watch this fight, and I really get to see what went down, I'm sure I'm gonna learn from this loss, but it's still fresh, and I'm just upset. I came here to win, but I'm gonna watch the fight and improve on what I need to.
And one question for Cowboy. Is there any chance you want to fight at UFC 150 in Denver? I wasn't sure if you...
Yeah. Cool, that's all. We can go drink beer now, or...
네, 찬성 씨한테 질문하겠습니다. 경기를 하면서 내가 이길 수 있겠다, 잡을 수 있겠다라고 좀 확신이 든 순간 어떤 계기로 그런 생각을 하셨는지 궁금합니다.
준비하면서요?
경기하면서 내가 이길 수 있겠다라는 좀 확신이 든 순간이 있었는지 궁금합니다.
The question was, during the fight, at what point did you think that I've got this, I can win this? At what point did you really feel like you had the fight under control?
솔직히 3라운드 때 끝나고 포이리에 선수를 봤는데 눈빛이 춥지 않았어요. 그래서 내가 이길 수 있을까 그런 의문도 되게 많이 가졌어요. 그래 너무 돌파한 상대였어요. 또 다스 초크가 나온 거는 저도 모르게 나왔어요.
I think it was the beginning of the third round when I looked over at Dustin and I looked into his eyes, and I really felt like, okay, I can do this. I can win the fight. Honestly, I didn't know that the Darce choke was really going to come out. I hadn't prepared for it, but thankfully it worked out well.
정창준 선수가 이번 경기를 위해서 이제 미국에 와서 이렇게 훈련을 하는 거를 저희가 지켜봤는데 정말 힘들어하는 걸 봤거든요. 그래서 이번 기회에 데나 화이트한테 한국에서 경기를 할 수 있게 해달라고 어필을 좀 해주셨으면 좋겠습니다.
Okay, the question was, or whether it was a statement, but the reporter who asked the question said that he had come with us to prepare, and when we were getting ready for this fight, and he saw directly a lot of the struggles that he was having, and the hard effort, the hard work that he put into getting ready for this fight. So he'd like for Chansung to make an appeal to Dana White to put on an event in Korea.
사실 이게 저한테 가장 중요한 질문인 것 같아요. 일단 뭐 기자님 보셨지만 한국 사람들 그리고 아시아 사람들은 미국까지 날라와서 시차 적응해야 되고, 그리고 1등석도 아닌 이코노미에서 환승해서 와서 시차 졸린데 운동해야 되고 음식도 안 맞고 그런 걸 모두 다 이겨내고 시합을 해야 돼요. 데이나 화이트나 UFC 쪽에서는 이렇게 선수들, 한국 아시아 선수들을 대하면 안 돼요. 그러니까 UFC가 좀 더 세계적으로 나가려면은 그 사람들을 신경 써야 됩니다. 아시아에는 저보다 강한 사람도 훨씬 많아요. 그 사람들이 UFC 오게 된다면은 UFC는 더 재밌어지고 세계적으로 나갈 수 있을 겁니다.
Yeah, that is something, a really important point that I want to make to everybody, especially to Dana White and the UFC, is that it's really hard for Asian fighters coming over here to deal with the time difference, to be constantly tired when you're trying to get ready for the fight, to just have problems adjusting to the food, all sorts of different things. It's really tough to overcome that sort of stuff. And so I think that if the UFC wants to appeal to a worldwide audience, they need to come to Asia to put on a fight, because there are fighters, lots of fighters in Asia who are better than me, and they need the opportunity to get on the big stage and perform. So I think that the UFC can't really ignore the Asian market, and so they really need to come to Asia and put on a fight, and maybe some of the other fighters will get to experience the time difference and all the stuff that we have to deal with every time we come here.
We'll take 2 more questions. Sergio?
Yeah. Apparently, Dana White just said on Fuel TV that you get the next title shot. Does that work for you? Or?
듣기에는 뭐 지금 데이나 화이트 사장님이 퓨엘에서 다음 타이틀전 너한테 간다고 말했는데 그게 I think that's your answer right there.
And a question for Tom. I'm just wondering, you came out with those glasses. I don't know if they're like John Lennon glasses or something like that. What was the idea behind that?
You're talking about the ones that are on right now, or
No, the ones that you came out with.
Oh, those are actually, if you looked at the glasses, it said I think it said birthday boy or it's my birthday. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, you're wearing glasses as well, so
Yes.
That could have been a problem. They could have canceled each other out. But there was like, they said birthday boy or something like that on the glasses because it is my 29th birthday. 29 years young today.
Hello, I'm from the Korea Daily. I have a question for Chung Sang-sung. And you have lots of fans, especially like local American fans as well as Koreans. And even they are actually cheering for you, like having the Korean national flag tonight. And how do you feel about that? And also, like, do you hear that people are shouting your nickname like Zombie? And does that like help you, or does that support you mentally during the fight?
이번 시합 때 많은 팬들이 있었는데 근데 뭐 한국인, 미국인 팬들 많았는데 그래서 싸우면서 본인 이름을 외치는 거, 그 태극기를 날리는 거 이거 다 보이나요?
특히 이번에는 좀 한국 사람들이 진짜 많았던 것 같아요. 그래서 시합을 이겼을 때 제가 할 수 있는 건 그 한 사람 한 사람 다 눈을 봐주는 것밖에 없었어요. 그래서 옥타곤에서 그 사람들 한 사람처럼 다 보려 노력했어요.
Yeah, we got a lot of support, especially from the Korean community in the area. And so the one thing that I could do for all that support, to thank all those people, is to be in the octagon after my victory and to raise my hand in victory for everyone who's supported me here.
Thanks, everyone, for coming tonight. Thank the fighters. And we'll see you in Las Vegas next week. Thank you.